Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the session on artificial intelligence and data analytics. I'm Commissioner Jeff Barron, and I'll be moderating today's session. We'll be talking about how advances in computing technologies and access to both historical data sets and real-time data collection may lead to the expanded use of artificial intelligence, or AI, and data analytics in nuclear power plants. We're going to hear about what's happening now in this area and what the future might look like. And we'll be discussing the potential safety improvements that could result in predictive maintenance and other aspects of plant performance. To lay the foundation for our discussion, our four expert panelists will each give a 5-minute opening presentation. Because Q&A is the fun part, I'm going to strictly enforce the 5-minute limit. That will leave us with about an hour to discuss the issues you and the audience are most interested in. As you think of questions, please submit them through the RIC platform. To get things started, we have some pre-prepared questions, but we're counting on the audience to come up with the questions to sustain a great discussion. We'll work hard to get through as many questions and topics as we can. For most questions, I'll give each panelist an opportunity to share his or her thoughts. Let me start by introducing our terrific panel. Dr. Jeremy Renshaw is the Senior Program Manager for Artificial Intelligence at the Electric Power Research Institute. He leads the AI EPRI initiative focused on AI and machine learning technologies and their potential applications in the electric power sector. Matt Retzer is the Senior Manager of Equipment Reliability at Exelon, where he focuses on the maintenance rule, surveillance frequency control, and risk management. Maria Lacal is the Executive Vice President and Chief Nuclear Officer for the Arizona Public Service Company. She'll share how analytics, AI, and machine learning are being used at the Palo Verde generating station. Rounding out the panel is Dr. Kim Weber, who serves as the Director of the Division of Systems Analysis in NRC's Office of Nuclear Regulatory Research. Jeremy, let's get started with your presentation.
All right, thank you very much, Commissioner Barron, and I'm very excited to be here with you today to talk a little bit about some of the efforts that we're doing here at EPRI related to artificial intelligence. So if you want to go to the next slide. All right, very good. So here at EPRI, we really are looking at 3 major areas that we're focusing on for artificial intelligence. The first is really around building an AI and electric power community. And so some of the things that we're doing here, you can see on the slide. I'm not going to go through and read these, but the main items that I want to focus on are really that we're looking at bringing the two industries together to understand the needs and limitations of each other. And you can think about this a little bit in terms of if you have an AI algorithm that's running on a website or targeting some advertising and it's only 90% effective, that's generally pretty good. If you have an AI algorithm that's running a nuclear reactor and you only have a meltdown 10% of the time, that's incredibly bad. So we need to help understand the difference in reliability and safety that we have in the nuclear industry compared to what the AI industry is generally accustomed to. So some of the things that we're doing to be able to build this community are hosting a number of events. The first one will actually be next week on March 18th, where we're bringing together a very exciting executive panel from across these two industries to talk over what some of the needs and issues are. The second area is really around data collection, curation, sharing, and solution development, where we're bringing in a wide range of data sets at EPRI to be able to cleanse and share those with the AI community to be able to build various AI and machine learning techniques and solutions for some of the big data challenges that we have in the industry today, as well as facilitating future demonstrations. The next area is really around deepening AI experience within the industry, and not just nuclear, but the entire electric power industry. So some of the things we're doing here are publishing white papers and landscape reports, developing training through our EPRI-U and Great with Data initiatives, as well as engaging stakeholders across these two areas to help them understand and interact with each other through conferences, meetings, and workshops and other areas. So if we can go to the next slide. There are really 4 areas that we see that need to be successful for AI to be implemented in the power industry. And the first one is bringing together the data. So data is really the fuel that is the fire for AI. So we need to have large, clean data sets that we can use. The second area is having a power industry that understands AI. How does it operate? What are some of the basics of AI? And really how to engage the AI community effectively. The third area is really an AI community that understands the power sector and our needs and the limitations that we have, as well as an understanding the physics and the data. And finally, understanding AI performance in terms of how do we apply it to be effective? What are some of the internal biases that we could come across, as well as having explainable AI? And so if we go to the next slide, or if we hit forward, you can see we're looking at EPRI trying to be kind of in the middle of this and bringing these industries and these areas together. All right, so if you hit next again, then we're looking at essentially a timeline of some of the events that we have planned. I won't go into these in any great detail, but you can see we have a number of events to help build this community and bring people together. So we have several of these over the next several months, and we would invite people, if they're interested, to get involved in these. The March event is next week. Like I said, the registration is open now, and you can go to ai.epri.com to see that. So if we go to the next slide, these are some of the data sets that we're looking to bring together. And these are what we're calling the EPRI 10, or the 10 most data intensive challenges that we have in the entire electric power industry. So I won't go into any significant detail on these either. You can read these. They're in the slide materials that are provided to you. If we go to the next slide, you can see then how these fit into a number of different projects that we're hosting at EPRI. So we have about 50 different projects in AI at EPRI. 20 of them are nuclear specific. We have about 30 that I'm showing here that are funded by our AI initiative, that are really seed funded to get a lot of different work going across, again, like I said, all of the electric power industry, not just nuclear. And then to round it out, if you go to the final slide, these are a number of reports and white papers that we've put out. All of these are freely available. And if you go to our website, ai.epri.com, you can see about 40 different reports that we've put out that are available to different members of the public. So you can go there and read more about these. So I look forward to taking a number of questions later on and talking more about what we're doing with AI, as well as bringing together utilities and the AI community. So thanks, Commissioner Barron, and I'll pass it back to you.
Great. Thanks, Jeremy. Matt, you're up next.
All right, great. Yeah, so I am Matthew Retzer. I'm the Senior Manager of Equipment Reliability from Exxon Nuclear. And I want to talk about 3 different ways we are using analytics and AI in our equipment reliability programs. So next slide. The first area is around maintenance rule, functional failures, determinations, and issue report reviews. Our need for the analytic really stems from Exxon has 22 units. We run 12 sites, each of which generates approximately 100 to 200 issue reports a day. So this is a large data set. And what we're interested in is finding maintenance rule functional failures. So these are events where our safety related or important equipment fail to operate as we expect. And really, that is a very small population. Approximately 0.1% of all those issue reports have that data in it. So traditionally, about once a month, an engineer would sit down at their desk and they would review a large pile of these IL electronically and have to answer questions. That's very much an administrative burden. So looking at that data set, or most of the data comes in a consistent form. There's fields that are fields, and there's related fields like a blob field. But typically in nuclear power, we find we use a lot of consistent language. So we felt it was a very high probability of success that we could create an analytic that would get us to take that large population of information and boil it down to things that we really are concerned about, and then focusing on those, find our actual maintenance rule functional failures. So next slide, please. So the first thing we did was, and I won't go too much into detail about the AI and analytics, because I know there's other people in this panel who are experts there, but we had to train a model where we just were able to determine which IRs or which issue reports would be a maintenance rule functional failure. So we're fortunate in that we have several 100,000 of these issues in our database that we could reference. And we also have a very accurate database of exactly which one of those resulted in failures. So basically we use like a process of clustering to go through these IRs, review them, and determine which ones are actually maintenance rule functional failures. Part of that was using natural language processing. So we would look at this blob text information and section it out into simple statements. I gave the example here of Jack went to the store and bought food. So with natural language processing, you can split that up to a person shopping for food, and then fed that into an artificial neural network to eventually get us the outcome that we're looking for. And then we got to train that model over thousands and thousands of iterations. Okay, next slide, please. So this is basically the flow of information and how we use our maintenance rule analyzer. We bring in inputs, the text field I was talking about for each one of our issue reports with all these scripted information in it. And then we also have binary fields, which are like the yes, no fields I was discussing. That information comes in and we pre-process it, clean it up. And then we use this Bayesian text confidence, which is just a complicated way of saying we look at the word combinations to get an idea if those word combinations could reflect a potential failure or not. We feed that into and we give it a score. We feed that into our neural network. And then it basically classifies things as either being a maintenance rule functional failure or not, and gives us a confidence level for each one of those ratings. And then based upon that rating and the confidence level, we will then forward that to the engineers to screen in a separate program. So effectively, we take hundreds of thousands of issue reports over the course of a year, and we're able to concentrate it down to less than 20%. And we're running about 10% of those right now will still require manual reviews. Next slide, please. The second analytic or machine learning process we use at Exelon is for our maintenance and diagnostics center. That is our monitoring center. That is a corporate function where we bring in a lot of field data and basically try to monitor our different 22 units. I gave a little bit of an example here for this slide. You'll see a simplified feed pump turbine. And you can see some of that information from the field goes to our plant process computer, and that'll go directly to the control room. And in some cases, we can't do that between cybersecurity rules and just equipment limitations. So we take some of that data, we might just send it to a server, but we take all that data and eventually get it to our M&D center. And then we associate that data with different tags to a specific component or a template. And then with that comes a model where we get expected behaviors. So when some temperatures go up, we expect maybe pressures to go down. And if we see deviations from that behavior, we go ahead and get alarms and warnings, as you see there. And yep. And then we, of course, this model we can train. So if we're getting false alarms and that type of stuff, we can go back and we can train the model and make it better. If we go to the next slide, the last thing I wanted to highlight was what we use for our maintenance strategy optimization. And this is where we look at our maintenance activities. We effectively score it. As I show in this diagram, we use our PM to CM cost ratios on one axis and an aggregate score on the other axes, where that aggregate score is based upon our as-found conditions, the frequency of our work, the amount of that corrective maintenance we have to do versus preventative, the criticality of the component. And we also use that natural language pattern recognition to go ahead and look at the as-left comments that the maintenance personnel used. And that all rolls up into this aggregate score. And in this particular plot, we focus on the very top right section and very bottom left section. In the top right section, these are things that we probably do too much maintenance on for preventive maintenance. And you see, I highlighted in this slide that we have circle sizes, basically, that show us the costs. So that gives us some items that might be an expensive cost item that we might be doing too frequently, that we can do less frequently, which also has the added bonus of preventing maintenance-induced failures or reducing that. And then the bottom left of this plot would be things that we're doing too much corrective maintenance for and not enough preventive maintenance. And so those are items that we need to improve our preventive maintenance strategies for. So that's our three different tools that we use at Exelon. And I'll turn it back over to you, Commissioner.
Thanks, Matt. Maria, you're up.
Thank you, Commissioner Barron. And much like Matthew, I'd like to share a few examples where our team is using artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data analytics. And they're really helping us to be much more efficient in the way we do business, and it really allows us to focus our valuable resources on the more safety significant issues. So if you go to the next slide, please. On this slide, you can see a number of applications that we're using. So for example, our equipment anomaly detection system, that was developed in-house by one of our engineers with knowledge of the plant and a real passion for data analytics. We teamed him up with one of our IT folks that also has a passion for artificial intelligence and machine learning. So a result of this is the creation of a system that handles plant data at a nuclear scale using data analytics. So this system detects abnormal plant behavior. It allows us to focus on potential equipment malfunctions prior to failure at the system level scale. So abnormal combinations of patterns over hundreds or really thousands of process points, interactions such as temperature, pressures, flows, similar to what Matthew talked about, they're displayed in a really user-friendly manner for further investigation. So the result is a lot of efficiency gains as well as proactively addressing abnormalities before they become plant issues. Our data ingestion and network analysis tool, or what we refer to as Diana, good nukes, never like for acronyms. Diana accelerates an analyst's ability to put pieces together after a cognitive trend or an event, or perhaps detecting connections in the data that may not have otherwise been uncovered. They utilize graph analysis and machine learning. So for example, the use of this tool by planners eliminates the need to dig through tons of old work orders to get a list of applicable parts. Instead, Diana readily recommends the parts for a given work order using the artificial intelligence recommendation engine. Kind of the same way that Netflix recommends movies to all of us, Diana can recommend parts to work orders and planners. From a work management, automation, and optimization perspective, advances in process automation allows us to efficiently balance the workload on our craft each and every work week. Our program runs hundreds of simulations of how long our work takes in a work week, and it can detect if we're over or underloaded in a given workroom. So schedulers can see at a glance how overloaded or underloaded the schedule weeks are as compared to historical standards. This provides us with better loading capabilities and allows us to better use our labor resources. So planners no longer need to manually pull items from a sandbox and place them in the right time or day and kind of work through that to schedule their work week. This artificial intelligence uses techniques to match the correct work item into its time, day, and week slot in the repeating backbone schedule. And finally, the use of machine learning and artificial intelligence in our corrective action program really allows us to automatically screen the condition reports, auto-generate corrective actions, code the corrective actions using artificial intelligence. And so where artificial intelligence is taught how to understand English by Google, for example, at Palo Verde, we're teaching it how to more deeply understand nuclear dialect, kind of the natural language processing that Matthew talked about, but our data science team calls it the nuclear natural language processing. Artificial intelligence can automate repetitive, low-impact knowledge work and really lets our condition reporting screening committee members focus on the more complex items that really need their attention and their experience. So in recognition of all of these innovative projects that our team has implemented, I'm really proud to say that we've received the NEI's Technology Innovative Practice Best of the Best Award for process automation using machine learning. So thanks for the opportunity, and Commissioner Barrett, back to you.
Thanks so much, Maria. Kim, you're next. Thanks.
All right, great. Thank you very much, Commissioner. It's my pleasure to be a part of this esteemed panel. These are really exciting times at the NRC as we transform into a modern risk-informed regulator. I'll quickly describe how the NRC is exploring and employing advanced technologies like data science theories, artificial intelligence, and process automation as a key part of our transformation. Next slide, please. The thought of applying artificial intelligence to nuclear power plants and applications dates back to at least the 1980s. With more recent advancements in computing platforms and algorithms combined with access to larger amounts of data, the potential for using artificial intelligence and process automation really began to emerge, especially in the context that Matthew and Maria described earlier. It's important to the NRC to understand the various technologies and how they can be applied and used in the nuclear industry, and to ensure that they are done so in a manner that supports public health and safety. Additionally, we are looking at ways to use these technologies within the NRC to improve our own efficiency of our regulatory oversight responsibilities and to make our information available in more meaningful ways to our stakeholders. Next slide. To get better acquainted with advancements in this area, we talked to other organizations, including a few electric utilities, the Electric Power Research Institute, the Department of Energy, and other federal partners, such as the General Services Administration, to learn about their use cases and their applications of these technologies. Next slide. Thus, over the last year or two, the NRC has been learning about and has begun using data science theories and practices, such as data warehouses, robotic process automation, and artificial intelligence, including machine learning and natural language processing. Next slide, please. A key part of our journey is building organizational capacity through staff training, and equally important, through the development and implementation of use cases. For example, over the last several months, we've been evaluating the capabilities of IBM Watson and other vendors' products to perform atom searches to retrieve documents with a high degree of relevance, much like Google's search capability. The application of natural language processing to unstructured data housed within the Atoms repository could provide enormous benefits to both internal and external stakeholders. Using robotic process automation techniques, we developed a bot to automate entering contract invoice information into the NRC's financial systems, thus eliminating the need for manual, repetitive human data entry by the NRC staff. And also, we are learning how to apply technology platform called No Code, Low Code, a business process automation approach to facilitate the intake, review, and disposition of work requests within the Office of Research. Next slide. As our understanding of and experience with data science theories, artificial intelligence, and process automation grows, possible applications are shown on this slide and include the use of data analytics to make NRC's data easily accessible to decision makers and to the public. This afternoon, there's a RIC session that will describe these activities in more detail. We're also investigating the development of what we call res bots to use as research assistants to aid NRC researchers in data mining information contained in a wide variety of the NRC's documents and databases to conduct our research more efficiently. We're also investigating the use of autonomous vehicles such as drones that could aid in site decontamination activities. And we'll also be investigating the use of artificial intelligence techniques to simulate nuclear power reactor operating cycles. Next slide. Lastly, the NRC must be prepared to make informed decisions on the nuclear industry's safe use of these technologies. At the NRC, we are only limited by how far our imagination can take us when it comes to using these technologies internal to the NRC. We're striving to transform our processes and enable our staff to be better risk-informed regulators by increasing their access to all of the NRC's data and information. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to taking your questions. Back to you, Commissioner.
Thanks so much, Kim. All right, well, so thank you for your opening presentations. We now have a lot of time for questions. The questions are already starting to come in from the audience, which is terrific. Keep them coming. Let me just start with a couple of big picture questions. And maybe for this first question would go in the order of the presenters, the presentations, and then after that, maybe kind of cycle it around. How do you see artificial intelligence and data analytics providing a positive safety benefit for nuclear power plants? Do you want to start, Jeremy?
Sure. So I would say that there are a large number of ways that AI and ML technologies can improve safety at nuclear power plants. And I would say the two biggest areas that come to mind are, first off, automating time-consuming tasks, which allow plant staff to focus on more the safety significant items in terms of, I'm sure anyone listening today can think of items that are taking up time in their day that could be automated or done more efficiently. Just in my past week, I remember I spent about an hour looking for a specific document within our system, and I thought, boy, wouldn't it be nice if I could just ask Siri or Alexa or something to just go find this for me and I wouldn't have to spend the time? So automating time-consuming tasks could help provide a lot of value right away to us. And second is really multiplying the effectiveness of staff, essentially giving them superpowers by allowing people to do what people do best and machines to do what machines do best. So we think of people, we're very good at complex analysis, developing strategies, or performing the actual work, whereas machines are very good at things like data processing, identifying patterns and anomalies, essentially number crunching. So as we separate out and allow people to do what people do best, machines to do what machines do best, it really increases the safety and allows us to focus on those items that are most safety significant.
Matt, do you have thoughts?
I think Jeremy said it very well. The two things I was going to add to him, just as I discussed in my presentation, was we can use our analytic both to save our company's money for when we look at preventive maintenance items, but we're also using it to make sure that if we are having repetitive failures or concerns, we can flag that early to go address that with our maintenance strategies. And the other thing about positive safety, we do use machine learning for our trending of our plant's performances, so we can flag things early, and we train the model so that when we're in off normal conditions, as time goes by, we can even analyze those things to make sure that occurs as we expected. So that's all I got.
Maria?
Yeah, I'll just add to what was said. From the knowledge automation that Matthew talked about and Jeremy talked about. One great thing about computers is that they're always on, they're always watching, they don't get tired, they don't get complacent, they don't get distracted, even when evaluating a large, really repetitive, kind of cumbersome amount of information. So that consistency and repeatability is much, much better using technology, artificial intelligence than you would, the people part. And I agree, let's save our very valuable and experienced resources for the more complex and complicated items. I also think that this whole concept of knowledge transfer and retention, when you're using the computers and the models, they aggregate decisions very well. They capture this knowledge indefinitely. And so we don't have to be worried about, people retiring and things like that, because that artificial intelligence is always with us. And I'll say the other part that I really like about the data analytics and using artificial intelligence, and I talked about it a little bit, is in that kind of early monitoring, early detection mode, where, again, the computer is always on and you can evaluate literally hundreds and thousands of points at a given time, and then just see early trends that can warn us on something that we really need to get into and investigate a little bit further.
Great, thanks. Kim, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, just a quick thought. From a regulatory perspective, I think that a lot of the data and information that we have are locked away in documents that are in PDF files. And a lot of those documents contain the decisions and the technical bases that we use to make decisions on regulatory applications and license amendment requests and topical reports. And so to basically unlock all of that information using these technologies, I think could put the NRC in a better position to look at past precedents and those decisions and make the most safety-focused, risk-informed decisions that we possibly can make. So I'll leave it at that.
Great. Let's turn to another question. How is your organization identifying areas where AI or data analytics approaches are applicable or have the potential for the greatest positive impact? Do you want to start with this one, Matt?
Yeah, we have a couple different groups at Exelon. We actually have a data analytics group, and they really focus on combing through our IR data and that type of stuff, and seeing human performance and technical human performance trends, so that we can start to mold the behaviors at our different sites. But that group is, and we also have an innovation group that is constantly seeking out other things that they can use as data analytics for. So, like I mentioned, human performance trending, technical human performance trending, plant performance, preventive maintenance. Those are all areas that we've identified that we want to go for. And I was just taking some different notes here about Diana. So I think there's some more areas there around parts and that type of stuff we should be investigating.
Great. Maria, do you have thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I shared with you all a few of the items, and much like Matthew mentioned, we have a core team of we call the data science team, and they are always engaged in working with engineering operations and looking for those opportunities where it makes sense to use artificial intelligence and data analytics to help us again do our job easier. So it's a team that's up and running, and that's their job, and making sure that they're out there engaging with the organizations and looking for those opportunities to help.
Great. Kim?
And similarly, within the NRC, we have within the Office of Research, we have one of my branches has actually hired a number of data scientists, and we're beginning to look at the capabilities that these technologies have to offer. Additionally, when it comes to data analytics, there is a center of expertise in the Office of Nuclear Reactor Regulation called Embark Studios, and they have undertaken over the last 2 years a lot of work to take a look at the data that we have in our inspection program, operating experience, and even some of the business information internal to the NRC to see how we can leverage that information to the benefit of all of us. And so really, I guess the notion is that as we learn about the capabilities, talking to external organizations, we're challenging ourselves to identify how we can benefit from those use cases in the context of our own environment inside the NRC.
Thanks. Jeremy, any additional thoughts on this one?
Yeah, definitely. So I think the comments we've had so far were fantastic and right in line with what I would say. I think there's a lot of unrealized benefits that we can get from AI and machine learning. And what I would say here is we at EPRI, we have very innovative staff who are always looking and thinking outside the box, but we also get a great opportunity to meet with our members, the utilities from around the world, and really just talk one-on-one or in groups about what are the challenges that you're facing. And so they often bring up items that we hadn't thought about, or bring up and say, hey, is EPRI doing something related to X? And sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is, well, not yet, but let's talk. So it gives us an opportunity to think about what is the next thing we should be working on, and allows us to understand what are these data-hungry, data-intensive problems where AI and machine learning could be useful and beneficial. And so I think this combination or collaboration really allows us to provide a lot of benefit mutually across the entire industry by working together and breaking apart these problems, sharing data, and coming to solutions.
Great. Let's turn a little bit more to the regulatory issues. What are some of the regulatory issues we should be thinking about if there's an interest in widespread adoption of AI and data analytics in nuclear power plants? Maybe Maria could go first on this one?
Sure, I'll go ahead and start. I think one of the biggies, obviously, is going to be compliance with software quality assurance. These programs and the software is not quite as testable as a function as you might encounter with some of the things that are in our QA program. And so, being able to work through that and being able to adequately comply with the software quality assurance requirements, I think it's going to be something that we need to look at very, very closely. I think the other thing also is probably the documentation that comes with the use of or the results of some of these applications and how we came to the decisions that we came to and how that's adequately documented from a regulatory perspective.
Thanks. Kim, did you have something to add on this one?
Yeah, sure. So it's a really important question, I think, especially when it comes to use of these technologies that require the NRC to evaluate the safety of those technologies. And right now, the industry is using those in context that their license allows them to use these technologies. So for situations where there is more advanced use of the technologies, and for an example I think about is the reliance on these technologies to make decisions and for example, autonomously control a type of reactor. I think in those cases, we really have to understand how those control systems work. We have to understand the outcomes that are being produced. And we really have to assess whether the outcomes that are being decided are the right ones. So from a safety perspective, I think it's really important when we have future applications to the NRC on this technology to look at those elements of it. Because in the end, these technologies really can enable a lot of possibilities in terms of reactor operation, and I think that's a good thing. But we need to be mindful about the outcomes that can be achieved, and we need to ensure that we have a safety-focused mindset when we do that.
Great, Jeremy or Matt, anything you want to add on this? Regulatory issues we should be thinking about?
Yeah, I think Kim was bringing up an interesting point because it was sort of going in a direction I wasn't thinking about. But, if we start putting a 20 to 30 year horizon on what we're talking about with AI, it definitely starts to bring in the possibilities of using AI in your control systems. The way we're using it now is very focused on data analytics, helping the organization, sparsing through information, maybe giving us warnings on plant operation. And I think in almost every single case, and actually in every case in Exelon, it's backed up by human processes so that we know we never really will go in a direction that we don't intend. But I have been in different forums where we've talked about using AI to help in troubleshooting. And I can see that with the next couple of years, it might start helping us design fuel. It might start helping us, make decisions on how we make, power plants and that type of stuff. And I think that's probably where the licensing and the regulatory concerns will probably be raised.
Jeremy, anything else to add on this one?
Yeah, I would say there's two things that I'd like to add, but I'd probably preface this with EPRI is an independent nonprofit organization. I'm not commenting on regulation. This is really just important items that I think need to be front of mind. And the two of those, I would say, are one, bias in AI models. So we're training artificial intelligence and machine learning on the data that we have. And we have to recognize that the data that we have is never perfect. And the case in point that people often like to use in the machine learning world is looking at loans. So in the past, there were bias in how loans were dispersed, and often women and minorities would be at a disadvantage for getting loans. And so if we hand this over to an AI and machine learning algorithm, it takes that same bias that's in the data and applies it to decisions going forward, which we need to avoid, because that loans should be made based on the credit score and other ranking factors like that, not based on any factor related to race, gender, or things that don't matter for a loan. So similarly, with the data that we have, an AI algorithm could make a decision simply because that's what's always been done, and that's the data that it's been trained on. And we need to understand that we have biases in the data that we have. So we need to be able to pull those out, understand what they are, and minimize or eliminate to any extent that we can those biases in the models that we're using in anything that we're doing, not only within nuclear. And the second item is explainability. So as Kim was talking about an automated reactor, if I go to a senior reactor operator and ask them, why did you make this decision? They can give me an answer. They can answer the question of why. But if I go to a machine learning algorithm and say, why did you make this decision? It often cannot give us a decision on or a response on why it made the decision that it did. So explainability and bias are two big areas of research right now in AI. And there are things that we need to keep in the front of our minds to be able to properly implement these in anything that we're doing. So I think those are two items that we really need to focus on going forward.
Great. Jeremy, while I have you, let me just ask you a quick definitional question that we got from the audience, which is, can we use AI and machine learning interchangeably, or is there a difference between those terms?
Oh, so that's a very good question. They are very similar, but they're different. So machine learning is a subset of AI. So machine learning is where we have generally what we call neural networks that are, you can think of them almost like a human body equivalent, where we have a combined set of data. There's inputs, outputs, and a pathway and a decision process to get between them. Whereas AI is a more broad and general term that takes into account machine learning, aspects of data science, and really cognition to some degree of making generalized decisions based on data that comes in. So AI is the broader focus, the larger concept. Machine learning is a subset of that. And there are subsets within machine learning as well in terms of deep learning, where you have very multi-layer neural networks. So very good question.
Thanks. All right. The good news and bad news, and it's both the same, which is we have about 3 weeks worth of questions that have come in now. So we'll just start to move through these. They're great questions, and so many of them touch on issues that you all have raised or go into more depth on issues that you've touched on a little bit. Let me start with one that came in from Oak Ridge, which is analytics, machine learning, and AI tend to be heavily dependent on data availability and quality. Can the panelists speak to their experience with data quality, issues with missing or incorrect data, especially in maintenance work logs or other input from staff that may be more prone to data entry errors, and how they are addressing these data quality issues? Someone want to take a stab at that?
So I'll start. Yes, that is a big issue, because I've been involved in discussions around, let's say, feed water heaters, where we do ultrasonic testing. That data is typically written by hand, or it's in a report that's barely retrievable. And we would like to look at stuff that's even 10 years old, and of course it's might be scanned in and hard to read. So the best thing we can do is use analytics for the data we have. I think that's where we have resided at this point. I know that some of the other panelists are talking about using scanned documents better, and I know that technology is definitely advanced. But for our perspective, we have completion remarks, we have parts data that's good concrete data. We know what parts we put in. We have cost data, good concrete data. So we use the data we have to the best of our ability. It is like a holy grail, though, to be able to bring in all the data one day. But at least for right now, from I'd say utility perspective, we just use the analytics for what we have.
Okay, so you're targeting the areas where you have good data right now.
Yeah, we target areas we have good data right now.
Other thoughts on this one?
Yeah, the other thing I would add is the good thing is with the machine learning, right? As more and more data is available, then the machine will learn as it goes through that data. But clearly, the quality of the data is so incredibly important for us to produce the correct outcome. And so I think it's really important that, at least at the beginning, right, as we continue to validate our models and make sure that they're accurate, that we have that human sanity check until we have that good understanding that the outcomes that we're getting make sense and they're reproducible, et cetera. And so having that ability to review the data and have that human interface, at least at the beginning, until we have that quality check.
Yeah, and similarly, we've undertaken some use cases to evaluate the information contained in scanned documents that are in our Adams library. And it takes a lot of time to clean the data, to clean the text, because they're OC and OCR records that are in there. And so I think it's an extremely important point relative to the quality of the data, because in the NRC's application, after we would clean that data, we try to find some common threads when we're looking at a second set of documents. That kind of tool that we would produce would support the human technical folks or other folks in the agency do their job. I don't see that we would be in a position to replace people. We would use the data that we have, as Matt talked about, to inform the work that we do. But I think we're a long way off, at least in the quality of the data that we have, relative to replacing any kind of human functions that we have.
Yeah, and the final thought that I would add to this is missing or incomplete data is not the end of the world. So as all the panelists mentioned, data quality is really of key importance, and I can't stress that enough. Missing or incomplete data isn't the end of the world. There are ways that we can make up for that. In some cases, we can utilize what's called synthetic data, where we artificially create data to fill in some of the gaps. We often do this with things like image processing data, where you can think of, the case in point that we're doing right now is transmission and distribution assets, where we have hundreds of thousands of images that are being brought in of different failures, and then training the algorithms on those. But sometimes you only have one failure of a certain component. So utilizing the data that you do have to create additional data to train your models. And of course, you can have missing or incomplete data, where it's, instead of images, things like time series data or other data like that. And there are ways of getting around that. Probably it would take more time than we have today to talk about, but missing or incomplete data is an important issue to address for sure.
Thanks. We're getting a bunch of questions around kind of validation type issues. And let me just give you a couple of them that I think are related, and you all can talk a little bit about these. One is from Oak Ridge. What methods, processes do you use for verification and validation of the AI and machine learning techniques that you are using? A related question from one of our Canadian colleagues: are there software validation standards that AI analytics are validated against? Wants to take a first stab at those?
Yeah, Commissioner, I would say you're absolutely right. There are standards that our folks use to validate the accuracy of the data, and making sure that it's within the standards range, et cetera. So there is information out there that they do utilize to make sure that our modeling is accurate.
And I was just going to throw in there, I know I mentioned it a couple times, but at least for what we're doing at Exelon right now, there's always a human touch point in our decisions that we make or in the analysis that we do. So, even though we shrink down that large number of issue reports, when that issue report is created, it probably gets touched by 3 or 4 different people and committees. And so we're very, very confident nothing's going to slip through the crack for that stuff. And like we have our M&D center, our monitoring diagnostic center, it is staffed with people, and they review the data and all that type of stuff. So for, at least in the current state, I would say we always have a human touch point to assure quality.
Okay. Any other thoughts on this? Okay. We have no shortage of questions to turn to. So maybe turning a little bit to the broader question of the role. Some of these almost get a little bit philosophical. Here's one: as AI is making advances, what will be the role for AI in helping humans to make critical decisions for nuclear plant operation? That questioner also then asked about validating those decisions over human decisions. And then another question was somewhat related. With the increasing role of AI, are there possibilities to lose sight of human judgment? Jeremy, you want to take a shot at this?
For that,
you can kind of pick either one or the other, or kind of invent your own question.
Sorry, who did you ask, Commissioner Barron?
Oh, Jeremy, if you have something, you could maybe start us off.
Oh, yeah, okay. So much to say on this topic. I mean, one of the things that we have to remember is with AI, we're not giving away the decision making. And I know that we've talked with some of our utility members when they have a process or procedure, and they have to remind people that you can still think if there's something in the process or procedure that doesn't make sense, use your judgment to bring that up. But in terms of machines making decisions for us or augmenting or accelerating our decision-making process, I think that's a very important concept. And one of the things we're going through right now, and this is non-nuclear, but I think it could have a lot of benefit for nuclear plants in the future, is an initiative we have called Learning to Run a Power Network, where we're automating in a gamified sense how to operate a power network. So we have various different nodes and connections and generation sites and sync sites that are utilizing energy. And through a process of putting this into a virtual environment with physics-based machine learning models that gamify the system. So you can think of this almost like Google's AlphaGo that recently competed against Lee Sedol, the world Go champion, 19-time Go champion, and defeated him by gamifying the process through a process called reinforcement learning. So we're using the same process to understand a power network. And what we found is through a seed project that we had last year, that there's still a long way to go, but the models are coming up with new and different ways of running a power network that our humans have not thought of before or had not done before. And where I'm going with this is in one of the examples that we identified, typically for running a power network, humans can make up to 3 decisions at the same time, 3 independent actions in very close succession. And just with our first seed-funded project in gamifying the space, the machine learning models were able to do as many as 5 simultaneous actions. And as we further this process in the future, it can do more and more faster and faster to automate and stabilize a grid. And you can think about this in terms of recent incidents in Texas, California, other places where we had instabilities in grids and caused massive issues, where this could be very important. And if you transfer that over into nuclear in terms of accident response, or if things start to go south, as we train a model over significant periods of time and have very high confidence, it could accelerate the decision-making process that we have to improve safety, improve efficiency, and make things better.
No, for me, Commissioner, if I could add, I see this very similar to the journey that we went through with risk informing, for example, right? The generations of probabilistic risk assessments and the individuals and the skills necessary to develop sound quality PRAs. This is very similar, right? You need the right appropriate skill level and individuals that understand machine learning, artificial intelligence, statistics, business savvy, and so that they can in turn model the right accurate models for its purpose. So I see it, similar to the risk informing that we are doing now, and are much more advanced as we learn more and utilize it more. This is fairly similar.
Great. Other thoughts on these questions, set of questions? Matt?
Yeah, I was thinking of it from a licensed operator perspective. I remember when I used to work at the Navy. When I came out of that, I remember saying to myself, I would never trust a digital piece of equipment like a relay. And now after 20 plus years, I would say I want digital relays in every application that I can, because the reliability and because what they can do for us. I look at this sort of the same way. I don't think we could ever completely remove, the senior reactor operator or the reactor operator from the console. But I do think AI can really help us make the decisions when things are getting too complicated for the operators. I certainly run through plenty of scenarios, doomsday type scenarios that try to overwhelm the operators on purpose. And, something that can help an operator during that time, especially in a real event, sort of suggests the right way to go. but still have that human touch to make sure it is the right way to go, I think that can substantially improve safety.
Okay. Kim, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. So we think about inspectors in the field. When I think about inspectors in the field, to have real-time access to sensor data, to information from the systems, that I think would enhance, some of the decisions that we need to make relative to the inspections and the findings. And so typically through the inspection program, the inspector will do walk downs and they will write inspection reports. So there's a potential benefit of potentially having this real-time data that I think, could be something that improves the way that our inspectors are able to get their jobs done.
To your point, Kim, utilizing this with the corrective action program to really look for those issues that are much more safety significant and point, our inspectors in that direction, I think is much more value add than for them to, try to rifle through a whole bunch of information and glean whatever they glean out of it.
Kim, you mentioned sensors and sensors, and we had a question from one of our colleagues at the Department of Energy. How can AI leverage the data available from massive embedded sensing capabilities available via additive manufacturing? Getting into sensors and additive manufacturing. Anyone have thoughts on that question?
So if I understand the question right, so the notion is that if you use sensors while you're additively manufacturing a product, a component or something, how can that be used to enhance the product quality, let's just say? Is that the name of the question?
I think it's a little hard to tell, but I interpret it as maybe that through additive manufacturing, components can have embedded in them more sensing capabilities than they do now. And how can AI leverage that?
Okay, so I'll try to tackle this one. So with additive manufacturing, the really interesting thing about that is that you can produce complex geometry parts with multiple different types of material configurations that that are sometimes difficult to do without that kind of additive manufacturing process. And so in an additive manufacturing process sense, I think there are benefits to building sensors that might resist radiation damage in high radiation areas, or may have new capabilities that maybe we've not thought about in the past. So I would maybe answer the question that way. I'm not sure I fully understand the question, but maybe that's a way to start.
Others have thoughts? All right, well, we can turn to another question. We had at least one question about cybersecurity and whether AI or machine learning or data analytics tools, does any of that increase cyber risk? Anyone want to start with that? Maybe Jeremy, you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so that's a great question and very important too. So one of the things I would say here is that there are really two ways to look at this. You can have AI that supports cybersecurity and cybersecurity that supports AI in terms of you can automate some of your cybersecurity threat detection and attack surface mitigation through AI and enhancing what you do there to take some of the very obvious threats and block those using AI. But you can also, the flip side is having cybersecurity that protects your AI and machine learning algorithms so that the integrity of those models isn't compromised or that they're not intentionally trained through backdoor methods with bad data or that's intentionally bad. And EPRI actually recently put out a white paper on this that's available at ai.epri.com, and that's freely available to the public. So you can go there and read a little bit about some of our efforts in this area. So I'm sure the other panelists have many very important things to say on this. So I'll just kind of leave it at that.
Hey, Commissioner, in the slide that I showed, we had one section around cloud, and I didn't really go over it. And I think it's pertinent to this question, but cloud typically is that technology that's built for deploying software at a global scale through cloud vendors like Microsoft, et cetera. What we've done as part of the cyber issue is that we've deployed the same kind of cloud native technology that cloud companies would use on their servers, but we've deployed that concept on our servers, and that really just gives us that ability to protect our information, be able to use it as a cloud within our platform. So this technology infrastructure really allows several innovations to be realized. So for example, different pieces of artificial intelligence automation are designed as small services that can operate independently from each other. If you think about like a bunch of small modular reactors operating independently versus one large plant, we've stood up this architecture that provides that defense in depth in kind of a train redundancy feature that recovers from failures. So if, for example, an operator will swap over essential systems that fail to a different train and they're already up and running, same sort of thing that we've been able to achieve. And so we've been able to do that under the technology of a cloud system, but within our own servers. So that provides us that protection.
Interesting. Any other thoughts on this? Matt?
I was just going to say that we definitely have a lot of cybersecurity requirements now. And I think in most cases that should cover this type of issue. But looking in that future, if we start using AI as control systems, most AI right now, you're sending your information to an offsite source or offsite, a developer server, whatever it is, and then it's coming back. And I think we'll have to evaluate that in the future. I mean, right now it's, like I said, it's data analysis, it's human touch, make sure we have the right decisions, but we start moving beyond that into much more intensive use. I think that would need to be evaluated.
Okay. Here's a question coming from Idaho National Lab. Does your organization have any strategic plan, 3-year, 5-year, 10-year, for developing and implementing artificial intelligence, machine learning in nuclear operating experience? Anyone want to take the question on strategic planning in this area? Kim, can you talk a little bit about what NRC is doing to be ready for this and those kind of things?
Yeah. So we're still in the learning phase. We're kind of in the walk before you run phase. And so we're really trying to understand what the technologies can do and the capabilities that are being used in the industry or industries, quite frankly. And so, one of the things on at least our plates is to develop a plan to figure out how do we get our staff trained in these technologies and to figure out how we, as an agency, we can use these technologies to improve our processes. And so I know that our Office of Chief Information Office has a IT roadmap, and some of these technologies and their potential use are considered maybe in a bigger context for the agency. And so there's a lot of really fantastic collaboration within the agency to try to figure out how to leverage and best use these technologies to make our processes more efficient and to make the information available to all of our staff so they can better be informed about how they can do their jobs at the NRC.
And I want to give others a chance to weigh in, but before I let you go, Kim, what's the agency doing, in terms of workforce to make sure we have the technical expertise to handle these kinds of applications in the future?
Yeah, that's a great question. Actually, so a couple of things. So we've recently, maybe within the last 6 months to a year, have actually hired data scientists and I believe it might have been Maria or Jeremy who said that the data science folks, you know, they have a mix of skills ranging from statistics to programming languages and then understanding other concepts. So at the NRC, across the agency, we're finding that there are some hiring activities going on. We're also, because of the specialized nature of the work that we do at the NRC, we're also cross-training many of our staff who are technically very competent, and we're providing opportunities for them to learn these data science areas so that when we hear about use cases external to the NRC, they're in a place to be able to understand from an operational standpoint how those technologies can be used, and then bringing that expertise in-house to figure out how we can position ourselves so that if we do get an application that involves, for instance, autonomous control, that we're better informed and able to support the regulatory offices who have to make hard decisions about those applications.
Great. Anyone else want to weigh in on kind of planning for the future on this, up to and including workforce?
Yeah, so we do have strategic plans that are looking towards, you know, how do we sustain Palo Verde for the long term? And part of those are strategic modernization plans, making sure that we're ready and we're already in the process of moving to more digital. Part of that is lean process and efficiencies. And so this innovation, so this topic plays right into that, and it's part of one of our strategic planning initiatives.
Great, thanks. Anyone else on this question? All right, let me ask a question. This question is directed towards Jeremy, but others obviously can weigh in too, from one of our Canadian colleagues. Have any examples of bias being transferred to machine learning been identified in industrial technical situations?
I would say that that's a great question, first off. I'm not aware of any. Mostly because we are in a technical sphere where we're making decisions based on what does the physics or what does the science tell us. So we're in a better starting point than I would say a lot of other areas are. But that said, just because we haven't seen any or aren't aware of any, one of the things I would say we need to be very cautious of is the idea of we're doing it this way because we've always done it this way, which is an inherent bias. And so one of the things that if anyone's ever worked with me, they know that if you answer a question that I have with because we've always done it that way, that's always the wrong answer, because we want to have a technical basis behind anything that we're doing. So if we're turning this valve or pump on or off, why are we doing that? If the answer is because we've always done it, there's usually a good answer behind that, but that as the answer is always the wrong answer. So when we're training our machine learning and AI models, we need to make sure that we're feeding them the reason why, and we're including that in the data that we have, rather than just saying, this is how we've always done it, that's how we'll always do it. So that's a way that we can potentially introduce bias into the data that we have.
Any other thoughts on that? Otherwise, I do have another one for Jeremy. To what extent are the products, the machine learning algorithms and data being shared or treated as open source between relevant industry groups and companies?
That's a great one, because one of the items we run into really is how do we get the data and the algorithms out there to be in use, but also be effective. So I mentioned earlier our learning to run a power network. And part of the requirement for that was that all of the data and machine learning algorithms had to be open source on a GitHub site so that anyone could get in, use them, understand what they were doing. In other areas, it's a little bit more sensitive or more difficult to do that. So if we have nuclear operating data, that's something we need to keep behind our firewalls, and that's a lot more sensitive data, and that's not something that we can open source and just put out for anyone to use. So I think a big challenge here is understanding what is the sensitivity behind the data and how we can get it out. Now, EPRI is fortunate that we do have a software development group internally. So if we have these very sensitive items, we have people that know how to incorporate the models into software codes that we can then keep very tight control over and be able to get those out to the nuclear companies that need them on an as-needed basis.
Great. And we've got a question, I think, seeking more of a utility perspective from Maria or Matt or both. What have you done in terms of training and socialization to encourage the workforce to embrace these new technologies? How are you recruiting or training the right talent to allow you to grow your capabilities in this area?
Yeah, as I mentioned, this really started with a couple of, I'll call them computer geeks, but folks that really had a passion around this. One happened to be in engineering and knew the plant well, and then coupled with the IT individual, and they just came up with all kinds of awesome opportunities. So yes, it is a unique skill, and speaking to these folks is really an opportunity for me, I'll say. But so we are actively looking for hiring individuals with that machine learning, statistics, kind of that lean process type of skills, software development, et cetera. But I'll tell you, you will probably have a lot of those already in your organization, especially with the younger generation. That's what they like, that's what they do. And so we are trying to find those folks and give them the opportunity to get together with our IT organization, really building those skill sets, combining those teams, and trying to innovate. And sometimes you fail, but try to fail in a safe mode where we can learn from it and continue to grow.
Matt, any thoughts?
I was going to add a similar story. We are looking for people with that talent set. We do have an organization that uses that talent set. And it's similar to Maria's story, where it started off with some people who just had the interest, and then it sort of formed its own group, and now it's like I'll just say full-time positions. And Maria is right. I watch my daughter; she uses Python and things like that to go do that data analysis. So it's becoming very common amongst the new up-and-comers and people coming out of college. So a lot of people coming out with those skills. Great.
Exciting. I think we have time maybe for just one more question. There were a few that kind of came along of this type, which is our AI program so complicated that we can't go back and reconstruct the criteria that was programmed into the AI program that the AI program selects by. I think this might have keyed off a topic that or a point that Jeremy made earlier. Are we able to kind of go back and understand how these AI programs are reaching the decisions they reach?
So that's a great question. I would say that AI models are often looked at as a very living, breathing type of thing where we can go in and retrain models with new data. And I would say that to keep a model effective, that's something that really is needed to be done in terms of if you want to have a model that's accurate and usable today, it needs to have the latest and greatest data that, as was mentioned by Maria and Matt and Kim earlier, we need to have high quality data that goes in that's clean, that has the right events and the right items that are included in it. So I think that's a very important item to keep in front of mind.
Okay. We have just about a minute or two left. Does anyone have any kind of closing thoughts they want to close with? I don't know that we'll have time for everyone to give closing thoughts, but anything that struck anyone from the conversation?
Yeah, I guess.
Go ahead, Kim.
I guess I'll be quick. I'll be quick about it. But the one thing that is really noteworthy, I think, and I think all of the panelists have made a comment to this point, is it's so critical, at least at this stage, to have a human in the loop, to really understand what the capabilities are, what the outcomes are, whether you're getting the right answer. And the only way that you can sort of validate that is through the human interaction of all of that. And so I'll stop there.
Maria, did you have any last thoughts?
No, I agree with you, Kim. Definitely the human interaction has to be there. But what I say is we've got to maintain that growth mindset, right? Technology is ever changing, and it's proven that it continues to add value and help us make the right business decisions and do it in a much more effective and efficient manner. And so That's one thing that I'm always pushing, the vendors that we work with, our employees, is how can we use technology to help us to focus our work on the things that are most safety significant.
Great. Well, I think we should leave it there. Thank you all so much for a great discussion. I learned a lot. I'm sure others did as well. And we got just a ton of questions that came in. We got to a lot of them. So thank you very much. There's some we didn't get to, but there's a lot of excitement out there, I can tell, and a lot of interest in this area. So thanks for a terrific discussion. We really appreciate your participation. We did get questions about whether the slides will be available, and those slides are available. The presenter slides are available on the website already. So if you're interested in following up on those, they're there. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.